yesterday's, can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay. Yesterday's work was, nope, that was not it. Oh, fiddledy. Um, that's what we're going to do today. Um, yes, okay. Practice drawing covalent bonds. There was only, wanted to see how many there were there. Because we had done, I think, two or three of them together, if, yeah, one, two and three is just a simple thing. You don't have to do number four, James, because we did it in the notes.
Okay.
You'll need to do five, six. You don't have to do seven. We did it in the notes. You'll need to do eight. We did nine in the notes, and then you need to do 10. All
Okay.
right. So number 10, 8, 6, 5, and finish 3 and 2.
Okay.
Okay. So leave 4, 7, and 9 blank because those were in the note in the lessons we did yesterday.
Okay.
Let me see if I can get back here. I think I sent an email yesterday. I know I sent it today. Um, if you'll look in modules, I have a new module, and this is going to be required of everyone. Um, you'll automatically get your attendance, not for doing this, but because you're on the Google Meet. But everybody that does this and does it correctly will get extra credit points at the end of the semester. Each day you'll need to go under the module attendance here and do the attendance um, little thing. And all it is one thing from yesterday. And if you state a correct thing that we did yesterday, then at the end of the semester, you'll get a point of extra credit.
Okay.
And so it's not like for a grade or anything, but I'm wanting those that aren't attending to actually have to come into Canvas instead of doing my form. So this is sort of a change here. And so for those that do it correctly, you'll get a correct or incorrect, like for a grade, but the number of corrects you get will be turned into extra credit points at the end of the semester. Okay.
Okay.
And so under today's lesson, I had put, or today's date, I had put a video here, a video announcement that
Okay.
explains that. So I don't think I had anything else in there. Um, but that was there as well as in an announcement that would have showed up on your homepage. And so today, and we still got a minute or two, we're going to look at naming covalent bonds. So I'm going to wait just a couple more minutes here for see if
Mm,
Nicholas shows up. Sometimes he's a couple minutes late, but we'll start right at 10:30 for that. And all right.
You want to say hi?
Because I'm doing a lesson, you need to. Yes, I'm recording. Uh, girl, I have one right now.
Wow.
All right. We'll go ahead and get started. Um, so what we're going to look at today is how we name um, covalent compounds. It's going to be a little bit easier than the ionic ones just because of how the formula is. So what's important to understand here, let me get a color, is that the name of the first element will have a prefix that matches the subscript of it. So if I had, and I'm going to use water as an example, H2O, hydrogen has a subscript of 2. And so the prefix for 2 is di. So this would be dihydrogen for the first one. Now look at the exception. If there was no number there and it was by itself, meaning 1, you would not use mono for the first element. You would for anything else. So the second element, you're going to use a prefix and the IDE ending like we did before. So no number for oxygen, so it's going to be monoxide. So I'm changing the ending. I've put mono. I dropped the O because it starts with an O. So dihydrogen monoxide is the chemical name for what we call water. And so that is what we're going to be doing here with this. You're going to need to be familiar with these prefixes. So you either want to reference back into this Google Meet or jot these down or take a screenshot so you have it. You've got to know these prefixes here. So here's one um, right here. We've got P. If we look on the periodic table, so you'll need access to your periodic table, P is phosphorus. There's a 2 here, so I'm going to need di. So it's going to be diphosphorus. Well, if it will write, what's going on here? Di. All right. Carolyn, turn the TV off. I think it's messing up my internet. Trying to write. It's not letting me write. Okay. Di. Try a different color. Okay. Di. Uh-uh. Okay, well, I'm trying. It's not right. I'm not happy. All right. Hey, Nicholas. I know you turned it off. It's
Hello.
just not writing. I don't know why it's not writing. All right. So I will just see if I can move the cover here. Well, why don't we just do it this way because it's not letting me. Phosphorus means I'm going to have to use one of these prefixes, and it's going to be diphosphorus. The first one, we don't change anything to the ending. So diphosphorus. The oxygen has a 5, so we're going to come up here and do penta, but we're going to drop the A because oxygen starts with a vowel. So it's going to be pent oxide. We change the ending like we did before to IDE. So that's how we're going to name these. So we're going to practice. I'm going to try again, see if it'll let me write. Um, so we have CO2. Remember with the first one, if there's no number, we don't put mono, so it's going to be carbon. Then there's a 2 there, so it's going to be dioxide. So we should be familiar with that one. Water we did just a minute ago. It is dihydrogen oxide. Yeah, monoxide. Oops. I have to put mono, drop the first O. monoxide. This CH4 is methane, but it's carbon. Right. Four, I'm going to go back a minute. Four is tetra, so it's going to be tetra. And hydrogen, when it's second, is hydride. So carbon tetrahydride is methane. We have PCl3, that's an L, not an I. So phosphorus doesn't have a number, so it's going to be phosphorus. Chloride or chlorine has a 3, so it's going to be trichloride because we have to change the ending. And then the last one we have tetraphosphorus. And then 10, if we go back and look, 10 is deca. And so we're going to do dec oxide. We drop that A. All right, so let's see if I did them right. Carbon dioxide, dihydrogen monoxide, carbon tetrahydride, phosphorus trichloride, and tetraphosphorus deca. Oh, they left the A there, deca oxide. So I'm not sure. Usually you drop it in front of that so they have it. I don't take off for spelling, so if you miss the A, that's fine. So that's pretty simple. You don't have to worry about charges or anything. You just use your subscripts as your prefixes. Um, so let's go to the next one. This time, if you're given the written out name, it makes writing the formula real simple. If this says dichloride, so I know chloride is, or chlorine is Cl. Di means I'm going to put a 2 there. Monoxide means I'm just going to have an O because mono means 1. So it makes this part real simple. Oops, real simple. Um, Cl2O. So we're going to do some practice ones over here. So let's get my writing tool back. Dicarbon, so carbon, di, so 2. Tetra is 4, so O4. Hydrogen, there's no prefix, so just one hydrogen. Monosulfide is just this right here. Um, Penta, phosphorus, so phosphorus, penta is 5. Trinitride, that's nitrogen with a 3. Sulfur, S. Pentaoxide, O. Penta is 5. Silicon is Si. There was no prefix. Tetrafluoride, tetra is 4, so we're going to put a 4 there. And so we'll move the cover and make sure I did those right. And it looks like I did. So it's very pretty simple for what we're doing. So I'm going to repeat a couple things I had mentioned to James. Nicholas, I have changed how we're doing attendance. You should have gotten a couple emails from me about that. There's now an attendance module. Everybody, whether face to face or remote, will go here and you automatically get your attendance for today because you're on the Google Meet, but you still go here and it's going to ask you to state one thing from yesterday's Google Meet. And if you put an accurate thing from the previous day's Google Meet, you'll get a correct showing in grades. And at the end, I will add of the semester, I'll add up all the corrects and you get extra credit points for those. But I'm going to be making next week face to face and remote. This is how we're doing attendance, not that form. So it'll always
Okay.
be here, and I'll put a new one for each day. Under today's date, that's what the video announcement was about. I don't think I put anything else in it, but you may want to just, you know, play it and see what it says. I think here again, I'm putting a correct or incorrect because you watch it. It's not written necessarily a grade because it says 0 points. I'll get the recording up in case you need to listen to it again. You guys won't see the makeup assignment because you're here. There's two videos on naming covalent bonds. So then you've got some practice. And so on the practice, why isn't the date showing up on here? I bet I haven't even added, declare. All right. Well, once we get off, or I will do it right now. I just already clicked back. I don't even think I have the videos on there. I'm gonna have to fix that. All right. So let me go back here. I can do this where while we're on here. So let me get this at least up so we can talk about it. I thought I already had. Oop! I didn't mean to do that. I thought I already had it up. All right. Give me just a minute. If I can do it in this little screen that I have. I'll go here.
It said you created video. Well, 21 minutes ago, it said you created video naming covalent bonds number one
Well, yeah, I published it, and I thought it was already there, and
or number two.
it's I'm gonna have to add it in there, using the information from the this. All right, so to go here, external tool, Kimmy. Well, with oh, I got to remember which one it is. I think it's that one, naming and drawing. Should just be naming. All right, let's see what this is. No, Carolyn, I'm not done. All right, let's see what shows up. If it has two sheets on it, we're only doing the first sheet. So let's see what pops up. Um, so it should be 10 problems. You should have, yeah, 5 where you're naming these based following the rules. Well, and then down here, you're going to have 5 where you write the formula. So I did it right. Okay, yay. All right, so just 10 problems um, on that. And so they're real simple, should not take you long. You just may have to reference the prefixes um, if you don't remember what prefix is for to, for, and so forth. Remember for the first one, if there's no number, you don't use mono, but for the second one, you would. So that's pretty simple. And I'll have the 2 videos up as soon as we get off that you could watch that kind of goes over what we have, what I said here. Um, we are going to, tomorrow is kind of put it all together. You're going to have a practice where you're having to recognize ionic, covalent bonds. You're going to have to be able to name them and draw them. So it's going to be a big review leading up to our test. So tomorrow's Wednesday. So Thursday, we'll probably play a Kahoot to review. And then that leaves Friday for you to do the test so that we'll start a new unit on Monday. And then something else that I'm thinking about doing Monday because it will be face to face and or for some folks, we've gotten used to these times being online. I'm going to set up the Google Meet to still be live in the classroom at these same times, so you can join and hear the first part of the instruction, and then the second part of class is will be to work on the work. So you'll at least have you can still log on at the same time and still see a Google Meet and hear the instruction because I think it may be more beneficial to hear it live like that. So that's one thing I'm gonna be working on starting on Monday. So you can still log on at this time. You'll just be listening to the live class. And I'll have it set where you can see if I do anything up on the board and that sort of thing. All right. If there's no questions, that's it. I'm gonna
I have a
stop
question.
presenting.
So
Yes.
when y'all go back face to face, does the meetings at 8:20 still count for?
I don't know what each individual teacher is going to do. I know for me, I'm going to stay on. I'm going to have mine live in class at 9:30 for you guys so that you can just pop on and hear the instruction, and that way I can have it recorded, and if you don't pop on, at least I'll have a recording of the instruction for
Okay.
you. We're going to go back to that I haven't been doing the afternoon ones because I'd rather do it here and not repeat myself. But we'll go back to the old schedule. I'm just choosing because I feel like it's going to be better for you to hear the instruction to stay live for each of my classes.
Okay.
So it should be starting Monday. We're back for the fully remote students who won't be coming back Monday. You'll go back to the afternoon ones. Um, I will probably be on those times, but I will be working to have this session going with my face to face so that you can pop in and it's like you're a part of the class.
Okay.
Okay. I may be, you may not be able to ask questions as much, but you can always type questions in the chat box. And then I can look at them and it gives me, when it saves, it gives me a document with those in them. Or you can hold your questions to the afternoon session, either way. But I'm going to try to be live so you can have that going on during face to face time.
Okay.
And because and then if you can't, like I said, there'll be the recording, but then we'll also have the afternoon sessions that can be asking specific questions, um, getting help or whatever you might need because the instruction will already be taken care of.
Okay.
All right. Any other questions?
No.
All right. So we're going to be finishing this unit up Friday with a test. So um,
Gotta get working.
yeah. I would do today's stuff first and then work on past stuff after that so that you're not getting more and more stuff that you've got to make up. And
Yeah.
this will be fresh on your mind because we just went over it. All right. Well, I'm going to stop recording and I will